Constitution. As you know, we do year-round activities, and I am the only full-time person, although I wish we could, and we may, God willing, in the future, be able to hire some more people. And this is our website, and it's campconstitution.net. How many people have visited our website? Oh, wow, that's great. Wow, excellent. Okay. So, and for some reason, the screen, I can't see it on the computer, so I got to look back here. But also, there's a picture, one of the, I think it's similar to this painting. I think it's the signing of the Declaration of the Constitution. I can't, that's on the main page, but this isn't coming up, so I can't see that. All right, well, we have a camp blog. You know what, everybody know what a blog is? Not a blob. We may have a few blobs, but this is a blog. And I try to post something at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, but I need a lot of help. There are certain patriotic holidays, historical events, and things like that. I would love for you campers to participate. And all you have to do is write something and email it to me. You don't have to go on the line, go on, log in and all that. All you have to do is shoot an email to me. I most likely will publish it, depending what it is. It could be a review of a movie. It could be some cultural issue. Maybe something that's sort of bothering you and you want to kind of voice your opinion. The more articles we get on our blog, the more what comes to our website? Attention. The more attention, the more traffic, that's right. So please, how many people can write or would maybe consider writing for the camp blog? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you scratching your head or raising your hand? 6. And the adults too, by the way. It's not just for the youngsters, the adults too. We do have a few people participating, but it's not as many as we'd like. Even if you've written something in the past, and you say, hey, this is on a certain topic, we could use that too. It's not something we just have to do, that you have to create. I'm not interested in the load disk space on this one. Okay. Let me just click here, camp items. We have, this is a rich resource, by the way, if it comes up, all right. It's kind of slow. Okay, it's not coming up. I want to point out, probably the most important thing here is our camp sponsors. It's working kind of slow, so no better. We have a number of people that support us financially. We also make available, if you participate at the camp in some way as a counselor or as a camper, we will automatically put your business on our camp sponsor page. We do it, that will be free, although we would charge people. It's a donation, so it's a tax write-off. We would suggest that people give us $100 a year for that. But again, if you're participating with Camp Constitution, we will not charge you. So it's either a business or a nonprofit that you're affiliated with. And that's Mr. Everett, and these are just some of the sponsors. And some of the sponsors will provide, like the man who makes these signs, Bruce Socha. He doesn't pay, but he gives us all these beautiful signs and other things. But you can see Earl Wallace, his company's up there, and Upstate Conservative Coalition. Now they have me speak at their event, and they put their blog, our information is on their website, so we sort of put theirs. Is Mr. Michael, actually he's a Episcopal priest, he's a tutor, so he puts his stuff up there. So, who's that guy on the right? Look familiar? It's Monkey the Clown. And when people visit this website, the more sponsors you have, the more viable the organization looks like, correct? So consider doing that if you can. And let me go back to, let's see, downloads, see how this works for me. And by the way, Mr. Mark Affleck, he and our webmaster, Eric Conner, you remember the magician that was at last year's camp? He's our webmaster, and he does both of them do an incredible job. That's not opening up. The Sam Blumenfeld Archives, this is what I'm really most proud of. Sam was an instructor here. He passed away in 2015. He had just turned 89 years old. And he left us his estate, or his books, his library. My daughters can remember me bringing home 200 plus boxes of books and bags and bags and bags of things, and it was phenomenal to go through it. This man was a fascinating man. He was a World War II veteran. He was an editor of Gossett and Dunlop. He knew world leaders. He had written about 15 books, and it's just not, oh, you gotta log in. Okay, so what we're asking people to do is to actually log in with all you need is an email address to get in there. And it's all free. We don't charge anybody a cent, and this is working kind of slow here. So anyway, I'll just sort of, well, maybe I can log in. If I remember that password. How many people have actually looked at the St. Louisville archive? Just a few, huh? It's good. Just get rid of now. Just delete out. Huh? Oh, it's not working. All right, well, all right, forget it. This is an old computer. So let me just explain what's on there. All of his newsletters for about 15 years worth, about a month's worth of audio and video, his speeches that he gave since the early 70s on mostly education, but other topics as well. The Alpha Phonics, which is a wonderful workbook. Maybe somebody could hold it up on the back. It's one on the back table there, I think. This is all free, all this information. And you see the Alpha Phonics? The workbook on the table? There might be one under the table. Well, looks like this, but it has 128 lessons on how to teach people how to read the correct way through phonics. All 128 lessons in audio and video, and instructions how to use it. Instructions on how to write cursive. How many people learn cursive first? Yeah, a few of you, yeah. That's what Mr. Blumenfeld really supported. And a lot of his letters from some world leaders that he knew, some incredible history. Last year we got over 2 million views. And that doesn't mean 2 million people, but it means a lot of people are using that site. So please promote it. Even if you know how to read and you've done all that, it's a great research, if you're doing term papers or other things, some things that you can't find anywhere else. So we highly recommend that. And then, let's see, we have a Speakers Bureau. We add to it all the time. Reverend Kraft is one of our speakers. We've had this fellow up as far as northern Maine, right? And Dr. Punamatula Kishore, Pastor Earl Wallace, and myself, and about 7 or 8 other people. And sometimes we'll host special speakers to bring them in to our area. How many people could do that? How many people could organize an event at maybe a local library? I don't see any hands. Oh, I see one hand, okay. Or even in a living room, people that you know. How many people would like to do stuff year-round? Not just 1 week, but actually learn things and maybe even host a meeting in your home? A Constitution Club, that sounds like something you could do. Invite some of your friends. Maybe once a month go downtown and get Constitutions distributed to some of the people. Or not Constitutions, things, information on important issues of the day. How many of you would work an information table at a fair? How many people would organize this event? These are just some ideas, that I'm giving out. Okay. The online registration. Oh yes, we know the infamous online. We're working on that. It worked well for a lot of people, but some people had trouble with it. Then we have what we call the Feather Brochure. It's a promotional brochure for the camp. You can download it, email it to people, repost it. The brochure for the 2018 camp, now of course it's already just about over. We will have the 2019 one available very soon. We usually get it printed out like 5,000, usually by late fall, but you guys can download it. And what do you do with it when you download something? You print it out or you forward it to other people, right? Because we don't want this camp to be a secret. We're going to sign we want to sign a contract in the fall for this camp, and it's possible that we could use the whole camp, but that means we have to sign a contract for like 100 or 120, at least 100. And if I don't hear from you during the course of the year, I don't, I said, if we sign a contract for 100 people, guess what? We have to pay for 100 people. But if we only get 80, we had 100 people this year, so I know we can do it. But if I don't hear from people a month out from camp, I get a little nervous. I said, oh, we have a big obligation. And thank God we had a really good turnout. We really better than what I thought. So we also have a one-page flyer. And we also put this in JPEG.
The class photo, did that ever come in?
What's that?
The class photo. The photo, did that ever come in?
Yes, we put that up there too, yeah.
Oh.
I think we have all the camp photos.
Oh.
If you go to camp, this is not a great connection.
Okay.
If you go to camp items, you should see every camp photo that we have, I think, from the very first one. Okay, let's see. This is slow. All right. Then as you scroll down a little bit more, there's the camp pictures right there. And the camp archive has a lot of, okay. Well, for some reason, on the very bottom, on the home page, are links to our Facebook page. How many people are on Facebook? Okay, so more than half of you. How many people go to our Camp Constitution Facebook page and post things? Oh, I know not many, because I'm on it all the time, and I don't see. We have about, I think, close to 2,000 people that like the page. That's not bad, but we can do a whole lot better. And so, would it hurt you to actually look at it maybe once a week and post something or share something that you've seen on that? Could we all do that who are on Facebook? It sounds like it's easy to do. It doesn't require a lot of work. A YouTube channel. How many people watch YouTube videos? Wow, a lot of people. How many people subscribe to Camp Constitution's YouTube channel? Okay, why isn't every single hand up who has YouTube? When you get home, could you subscribe to our channel? And when you subscribe to the channel, what do? Not just subscribe, you say, okay, that's it, job's done. What do? What do when you subscribe to a channel? You watch the videos and share them. That's right. We've monetized the videos. That means we can raise money when people watch our videos. Last year's class by Mr. Soon, Professor Soon, his first class, it's received about 150,000 views. No, that's not too bad for a little entity that we are. We're close to 800,000 views on our channel. We want to get up to 1 million, and we want to get up to 10 million and 20 million. Because we have some very important things on that channel that people should know about, that a lot of people don't know about. All the classes, and let's give Mr. Merritt a big warm hand, because he's done a phenomenal job here. This is his third year doing this, and he just does such an incredible job of uploading stuff within a few hours of some cases, and also a lot of live Facebook feeds too. Okay, well, I see Mrs. Harper, so I think I can, just one more thing I want to show. There we go. Probably, let's see. It's not coming up. Let me go back to homepage, and then I'll let we'll hope Mrs. Harper get these tests out. Okay. I became a full-time director of the camp in February of 2017, when I think it was my dear friend here, Reverend Kraft, was the motivator, when he said, you can't sell your birthright for a bowl of porridge. I said, so I took a leap of faith, and so far so good, but we do have some people that have helped me make that possible. I tell people I get paid weekly, W-E-A-K-L-Y, and it's a labor of love. And it was last April, we were down to fumes, and I said, should I try to apply for, there's a place I can get a job? I said, no, then I'm not trusting God. And then the pledges came in. But we have PayPal. Anybody use PayPal in here? Yeah, we have people, the widow or widowers mite. We have a couple of people give us $1, $2 a month. Other people give us 10, some people give us 50 and 20 or 25. But it's a great way to help out, keep me and doing this stuff year round, where we can build other camps and do other things, you know, and so that's one way to do it. And we also have, you can just make a single donation, and some people just make annual pledges. That's some of the great ways that we can use. We also have an Amazon account. We sell books. Now, you see all these books back here? Most of these books on Amazon sell for less than $10. That means, you know, they get about 20% cut. It's not always worth it. But we probably make about $5,000 to $6,000 a year from our Amazon account. We've had a lot of generous people that have donated books to us over the years, and that's another way that's been able to keep me going and keep us going. And one last thing, the Sam Blumenfeld Foundation, a dear friend of mine that runs that, he wants to turn it over to us. It's a legitimate 501c3. So we'll be able to raise money through that arm as well.